Hey, I'm Heyzeus, and this video is about a condition CSGO skins are currently suffering from called explosive price syndrome, or EPS for short. Basically, what it means is that the price of a lot of skins in the game have gone up massively, very quickly, and then gone up even more on top of that. And it's making a lot of people kind of freak out a little bit, partly because what's happening may not be an accident. So we're going to have a bit of a look at what's going on and figure out whether the moon really is the final destination here. Now, this video is sponsored by Skinport, the easy to use skins marketplace where you can sell your skins for real cash. Skinport allows you to buy skins at huge discounts compared to the Steam market, and it's got a massive range to choose from. You don't need to deposit first, you just straight up buy the skins for the value they're listed at, and best of all, you can save heaps in doing that. For example, recently I went slightly mad and decided that opening 1000 snakebite cases was a good idea. Seriously guys, I need help. But on the bright side, because I funded that unboxing by buying skins on Skinport and then selling them on Steam afterwards, I saved quite a bit compared to just straight up depositing, and that sure helped justify my bad decisions in my own mind. So if you're looking to buy skins, this is the best place to do it. Make sure to hit the link in the description, it really helps support this channel. Anyway, it's no secret that CSGO skins, particularly older skins, have gotten a lot more expensive over the past few years. A lot of new people have started playing the game and they've been spending a lot on buying skins. About 3 years ago, people were panic selling factory new Dragon Laws for less than $1,000 on OP skins. These days, those same Dragon Laws are being sold for over $11,000. Quite the turnaround. But explosive price syndrome is a little bit different, and it's a much more recent development. For example, about 2 months ago, I bought this Bayonet Sapphire of Zipple for $3,500 US. Now, this wasn't an investment. I didn't expect to make anything from owning this skin. I just needed it for a bit and I was gonna sell it off for the same price later on. But the price didn't stay the same. In fact, it's gone up from $3,500 all the way to $6,000 since I bought it. But the thing that's really interesting about this is the way it's gone up. I mean, here's the price trend on Buff over the last 3 months. As you can see, it's going up, but it's going up pretty slowly. And then this happens. Now, I'm no Nobel Prize winning economist, but I'm pretty sure a movement like that one isn't natural. CSGO's player base hasn't doubled in the past week. The game isn't growing explosively at the moment, so if something like this is going to happen, someone has to intentionally make it happen. And importantly, it's not just the Doppler it's been happening to, it's everything. The AK Fire Serpent, for example, has gone from $1,200 to $2,300 over the past 3 months. The Orb Medusa has gone from $2,300 to $5,000. The Orb Gungnir has gone from $5,000 to $10,000. The Cranbit Sapphire has also gone from $5,000 to $10,000. And at this point, you probably get the picture. Someone or something is making the prices of these items skyrocket, and this is causing people to freak out a little bit. Now, you might be wondering, why would skyrocketing prices be alarming people in the skin scene? I mean, in theory, high prices are good, right? If you own some high-end skins, well, congratulations, you've just made a massive profit. But the truth is, it's a bit more complicated than that. I mean, let's just give this some context. If you've been on the internet over the past few years and you have some level of brain function, you will have heard of something called cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is $1 trillion industry, but that trillions of dollars can vary by hundreds of billions on any given day, depending on whether a famous celebrity, for example Elon Musk, says something positive about crypto, or if a famous celebrity like, I don't know, Elon Musk, says something negative about it instead. It's extremely volatile, and 2021 has been the most volatile year yet. Now, most people who own high-end CSGO skins also own crypto, and so far this year, most of them have seen massive profits on that crypto, followed by crushing losses. And by the way, those crushing losses I'm talking about, they happened about 2 weeks before these skin prices started going crazy. And because of that, I think you can probably see why people might be getting a bit concerned. So given this general anxiety about bubbles, and in particular bubbles popping, let's have a look at what's actually happened. Now, explosive price syndrome, originates in China. That's where it started, and in particular, it started on the Chinese marketplace buff. Most of the people buying really expensive skins these days are Chinese, and because it's very difficult for Chinese players to deposit on Western marketplaces, buff is the nexus for the buying and selling of high-end skins. And what's happened here is pretty simple. Basically, a bunch of Chinese players have come along and bought up a heap of high-end skins, driving up prices in the process. That's what's caused this, and really, you can't get a price spike like this any other way. But it's also more complicated than this. First of all, why have these people suddenly decided to buy up a bunch of skins? What's the motive here? Is this a long-term investment, or are they trying to manipulate the market? This is something that split a lot of people too, so I want to start by focusing on this aspect. Market manipulation occurs when you deliberately distort the value of something so you can flog it off for some short-term profit, and this can and does happen with some CSGO skins, but it's not the same as just driving up the price of something if you're investing in it. You actually need to be trying to deliberately mislead people about the value of something, and there's not a lot of evidence that's what's happening here. First of all, it's actually very easy to accidentally bump up the price of CSGO skins if you're investing in them. If you want to increase the price of Bitcoin by 20%, you probably need billions of dollars of the purchasing power to do that, but if you wanted to increase the price of an AWP Gungnir by 20%, you might only need $200,000, which is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but it's far more doable. And if you're trying to invest large amounts of money in CSGO skins, like millions and millions of dollars, you're probably going to cause something like this to happen regardless of what your intentions are. But why would a group of CSGO players in China want to invest millions of dollars into CSGO skins all of a sudden? Well, there's actually a very good reason why they might. You see, China is a country with very high rates of saving. Chinese people are very diligent savers, but it's also a country with pretty poor options to invest those savings. For one, the Chinese stock market is famously bad. I'm not going to go into detail, although it's mostly due to state regulations, and long story short, it's not a good place to stick your savings. And you might be thinking, well, no problem, just move your money offshore, invest in some other country's stock exchange instead. But there's a bunch of regulations affecting that as well. It's kind of hard to move your money back and forth from the country. Not impossible, you can do it, but it's very inconvenient. And because of this, most people in China invest in property instead, and this has caused the property market in China to be juiced to the absolute gills, making things so expensive that it's causing extensive social problems. And in that context, CSGO skins look like a fabulous investment, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit if a group of Chinese players decided to take the plunge and start pumping millions of dollars into them. And that's kind of what it looks like to me as well, because it's not just a few specific items that are getting more expensive. Pretty much every high-end skin is, and that is what you'd expect from people making longer-term investments. They try and spread their money around a bit to reduce their exposure to any specific item. Manipulators are the opposite of that. They try and focus on just a few items for maximum effect, and that is not what's happening here, which is making me think these are actual investments. So does that mean this isn't a bubble then? Well, not necessarily, because part of what's been driving prices here is probably also an effect called FOMO, fear of missing out. And this basically refers to investors jumping on a trend because they're afraid they're going to miss out on profits. And I think we're also seeing a lot of that going on here. People are being caught up in the craze, basically. And this extra demand is turning what would have been a moderate price increase into a massive one. And that all might be creating a bit of a bubble. Even though this investment may well be genuine, these prices still might not be sustainable. However, I do think it's worth keeping in mind things like this. This is the price history for the Hydra case, a very expensive CSGO case that's been an unusually successful investment for a lot of people. And as you can see, rapid price increases followed by flat periods or even drops were normal for it. The price would shoot up, then it would drop off, then it would shoot up again. It didn't just go up in a straight line, although one thing that is clear looking at this price graph is that long term, it did go up. Sudden price increases were the normal for this case, and it shouldn't surprise you to see them with other skins either. And even if those prices might go down a bit afterwards, that doesn't mean they won't keep going up long term. And in the meantime, I think we can be grateful China is here. this market just wouldn't be the same without them. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe, massively appreciated. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Heyzeus. Thanks for watching. See ya.